For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record.
Alright, how's it going everybody? Welcome to the video. Now, we're going to be doing a leg day today, and it's going to be focused primarily on the posterior chain, so glutes and hamstring emphasis. Now, we're going to start off with a warm-up between lying leg curl and seated leg extension, and this is going to be kind of a pre-exhaustion warm-up, so we're going to be doing 4 total sets of around 15 to 20 reps per exercise, with a little bit of dynamic stretching between movements. So a couple keys to this is the entire purpose of this is I want to be fully warmed up, ready to go, get a little bit of a sweat rolling, get the blood or get the muscles pumped with blood and have them primed and ready to start the workout. So I'm not doing a whole lot of weight. I'm just really focusing on the contractions, focusing on pushing blood flow, squeezing every single movement to the best of my ability, and just trying to really get the muscles warmed up, get my joints loosened up, and everything like that. Now, another thing that I like to do when I'm doing this is some dynamic stretching between sets, which you'll see in a second. Basically, I'm going through, again, further expanding the muscle fascia, allowing more blood and more blood flow to get through the muscles, push more nutrients into them, get them ready to go, and just kind of loosens everything up. Big key to this is ensure that as you're going through any kind of stretching, you want to continuously be moving. You're not holding anything for a very long period of time. You're not doing static stretching. You notice I'm doing a little bit of a bounce at the bottom of each of these movements, and that's because I'm trying to stretch the muscle fascia out and keep it loosened up and warmed up, as opposed to a static stretch where I'm just holding the position for a couple of seconds. So that's going to be our pre-exhaustion kind of warm-up before we get into the first movement. As I said, make sure you're doing this as efficiently and effectively as possible. You want to get a really nice good sweat going. That's the whole point of this, is we want to be able to jump straight into our first movement without any issues. We don't want to be having any kind of sore joints, anything like that. So take as long as you need to work through these warm-ups before you start on that first movement. Alright, so into the first movement of this workout. Now, typically what I'd like to do, like I said before, is that nice some kind of warm-up. And then once we get into this first movement, I'm going to do just kind of one warm-up set to really get into the movement. So I just threw on a plate on each side, did around 10, 15, 20 reps. Just really focusing on getting that mind-muscle connection, activating the muscles that I'm trying to activate, and making sure my form is nailed down before increasing the weight. Now, what we're going to be doing here is a leg press with an emphasis, again, on our glutes and our hamstrings. So the way we're going to emphasize specific muscle groups on the leg press is going to be through our foot positioning. You'll notice on this, I have my feet positioned very high and very wide. What that's going to do is it's going to put more emphasis and target that hamstring and glute. So the more you change your foot position, the more you're going to target different muscle groups and different sections of each muscle group. So for example, if you were to try and target your quads, you'd want to have a narrower stance somewhere more towards the center or lower portion of the platform on the leg press, versus right now we're doing that very high and wide, toes turned out slightly, driving through our heels. You can actually see me lift my toes occasionally, and that's really emphasizing those glutes and hamstrings. Another big key to emphasize that specific muscle group is going to be our range of motion. I'm not locking my knees out. Never, never, never lock your knees out on a leg press. If you have to rest, I want you guys to rest with either a very slight bend in your knees or fully rack the weights. Never lock your knees, because that's just asking for some very bad issues. A lot of bad things can happen when you do that. Trust me, you don't want to see some of the videos that I've seen for people who have locked their legs out, and yeah, knees don't bend the opposite direction. They're not supposed to, at least. Anyway, as I said, we're going to be doing high, wide, glute and hamstring emphasis, and you can see I'm slowly pyramiding up in weight, and essentially we're doing 4 or 5 sets and going for around like 15 reps to start, and slowly decreasing the reps by about 2-ish per set until we hit failure. With this, the whole goal was again to make sure that I was driving through my glutes, through my heels, through my hamstrings. I did end up doing on the very last set a pause rep, as you see here. So once I hit that failing point, I just racked the weight. Like I said, don't lock your knees out and rest that way. If you have to, fully rack the weight and rest that way. But basically did about 5-second rest and then did 2 additional reps to push through that failing point. Now, once we finish that, then we're going to move into a stiff-legged deadlift. And on this one, we're going to be doing very slow, controlled movements, full range of motion. So if you guys can't perform a full range of motion to where you're going all the way down to the ground as easily as possible or as safely as possible, where your lower back is staying as straight as it can be, then don't worry about doing that entire range of motion. Do whatever range of motion you are comfortable doing while still maintaining proper form. And again, that's also going to apply to your weight. Don't go crazy on the weight here. We're trying to do slow, controlled movements. I'm trying to feel my hamstrings firing through every single set and every single rep. I want to be able to connect with those hamstrings with every single muscle fiber. Feel it stretch, come up to the top, feel it squeeze, contract my glutes, drive through my hips and into the bar, really focusing on the muscles that we're trying to target. That's the huge key to muscle activation, to getting proper activation, growth, all that stuff. You want to really be able to feel the muscles. Now, if that means dropping the weight significantly, then that's what you got to do. We don't want to be, I'll put it this way, at least for me, my entire goal is bodybuilding, essentially. I want to be able to shape my muscles in a specific way. I don't care about weight. I'm not a power lifter. If you're a power lifter, go ahead and throw the weight on there and do whatever you want. But for bodybuilders, for physique competitors, for anybody who's trying to shape specific muscle groups, you have to be able to connect with those muscle groups, that mind-muscle connection. It's talked about so much, yet people still seem to undervalue it, because it truly is how you're going to get the peak activation of each muscle. At least that's the way I see it, and that's the way I tend to feel it. So like I said, we did that stiff leg deadlift for 4 sets, super slow contractions, around 8 to 12 reps per set. Then we moved into a cable kickback, focusing specifically on the glutes. If you don't have a cable machine, or if you don't like the cables, you can do a kickback machine. I prefer the cables just because I'm able to get into a more comfortable position where I'm able to like lean up against the cable rack, and I'm able to get a greater range of motion where I can isolate and activate my glute better. Again, it all comes back to that mind-muscle connection. Able to feel the contraction, feel each movement more, as opposed to like a kickback machine where I tend to pull, or where I tend to bring in a lot more quad and I'm a very limited range of motion. So with that one, we did 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps per leg, and then moved on to the final movement of today, which is going to be a glute hyperextension. So on this one, as you saw, foot position is going to be crucial to properly activating the muscle as best as you can. I've got about as wide a stance as I can take with my toes turned out about as far as I can turn them out comfortably. What that's going to do is it's going to open up our hips, allowing us to drive the hips into the pads and forward as we're coming up, creating that extra tension and extra contraction in our glutes and in our hamstrings. Essentially, we're going to be working specifically the glute hamstring tie-in and our glutes. A big key to this movement is you're not going to be doing a huge range of motion. You'll notice here I'm basically only coming up to about parallel to the floor, if not just a little bit past it. And the reason for that is because I don't want to be bringing in my lower back. I'm trying to emphasize only my glutes and only my hamstrings. And you don't need to go past that point before you're going to start activating your lower back more. Now, that's going to be the end of today's workout. With this one, did 4 sets of around failure per set, so like 12-15 reps. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the video. So, today, feeling a lot better than I was yesterday, that's for sure. Got a pretty damn good leg workout in this morning, and overall, yeah, just feeling a lot better, in a lot better mood. Just kind of, I don't know what it was. I think I was kind of on the edge of getting sick, plus stress and everything else. It's just been kind of catching up to me. So today, just kind of relaxed, had a really nice, good workout. Just something about working out in the morning just really helps set the mind right, you know? I don't know. That's one of the reasons I like working out in the morning. I mean, not to mention just kind of time frame. I tend to have more time in the morning, and I'm able to control that time as opposed to the evening or afternoon. So that's one of the main reasons. But it's also kind of like a morning routine. You really are able to reset every day right, I guess, is the way I like to put it, the way I like to think of it. But anyway, today's going to be a pretty busy day. Got to go shopping after I leave work. And then we're going to be going to do cardio tonight. So it's pretty busy, nothing too crazy. I need to actually make up a list and send my wife a text so that she can send me what she needs for the week. But apart from that, nothing too crazy going on. Alright, good morning everybody, good morning YouTube. So, I am on my way to work right now. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's a little bit noisy, a little bit windy out today, but the weather is gorgeous. I am definitely feeling a lot better today than I was yesterday. And yeah, it's just gonna be, I feel like it's gonna be a pretty good day. Got a lot to do today. Have already hit the gym, had a pretty damn good leg workout this morning. And something about working out in the mornings, I mean, personally, I would prefer and I enjoy working out in the evenings a lot more just because I've had stuff to eat. My muscles are a little bit fuller, just kind of feel a little bit better. But there's something about working out in the mornings. It's just a way of kind of mentally setting yourself up for the day. At least for me, I really enjoy it because I'm able to just really kind of get my mind right, relax, forget about everything else, and just start my day off with a clear head. And that's one of the biggest things about working out in general. Is it's one of the reasons I love it so much, is it's just kind of yourself and nothing else. I mean, you can really just reset, not think about anything else, focus on what you're doing at that time, and just kind of lose yourself in it. And it's one of my biggest joys, and one of the reasons I love working out so much is it's just, that's what it is for me. It's almost more therapy than anything else. But like I said, today's going to be pretty busy. After work, we got to head to the store and pick up groceries for next week's meal prep. And then we got to do cardio tonight. So overall, not going to be too bad, not too busy, but I need to actually send my wife a text reminding her to send me a list of what she needs. And on my lunch break today, I need to actually figure out and make sure I have all of my meals planned out for next week so that I know exactly what I need to pick up from the store. But I'm almost to work, so I should probably get going here. I will see you guys after we get off work. We'll go head to the store. So check in with you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so we just got back from the stores. Now, didn't pick up a whole lot this week just because got a whole lot last week, so things kind of carry over. That's what I was talking about in the meal prep video. You get what you need, and then you just kind of, when you're making your meals for the next week, you plan around what you already have so you don't have to go out and buy a ton of stuff. But let me set this down for a second. But I'm getting ready to head to the gym and do some cardio. Picked up at the store just some brown rice, some rice cakes, bananas for my wife, lots of chicken because lean ground beef was not on sale, so I ended up not getting it, so I'm not going to be doing hamburgers this week. And what else did I get? That was just about it, pretty much, yeah. Got some kind of marinade for the chicken, so I'm going to be doing like 3 or 4 different kinds of chicken since I'm doing 3 meals of chicken a day. So I'll probably be doing a different type of chicken meal every single time, just to kind of keep things interesting. A little bit more pineapple since I'll still be doing my mango pineapple smoothies. Got some yogurt, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So not a whole lot. Oh, spinach, because we're going to be doing some sauteed spinach with the chicken and rice. Yeah, but gotta get those greens in somehow. But like I said, we're on our way to the gym. Gotta go hit 30 minutes of cardio. As you can see, I'm pretty much got my sweats on. I've got a long sleeve shirt on under this. Whole goal is I want to sweat as much as possible. I want to sweat my ass off today because it is one of those days, feeling good, feeling like I really want to sweat, and yeah, we're gonna go hit some cardio. So I will see you guys when I get back. Oh, and I'm munching on a rice cake with just some sugar-free strawberry jam. Really good. Just something to tide me over until I get home and can make up my smoothie before I head to bed. This is really damn good. This is actually going to be in my meals next week, so, oh yeah. A little bit of peanut butter on here, jam, peanut butter and jelly rice cakes. Great little snack. All right, I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright guys, so I am back from the gym, and I gotta say, I feel pretty damn, hold on a second. Better? Yeah, not cutting off my head. Alright guys, so I am back from the gym, and I just gotta say, I am feeling pretty damn good. There's just something about doing cardio and just really friggin' sweating your ass off that just feels good. So, I did, however, almost screw up pretty freaking bad, like really bad. So here's what happened. I had my water bottle. You guys know my like gallon water jug, my metal one that I carry around with me all the time. You guys have probably seen it here and there. Well, I was up on the stair mill. I had that thing sitting up over here. I haven't had any issues with it yet. I've done probably like 15, 20 cardio sessions with that guy, and it's always been sitting right there. It's never had any issues. Well, 28 minutes into my cardio session, I go to reach for it, stub my friggin' toe, and boop, push it right over the edge, flips upside down, and lands straight square on the friggin' lid. So the lid snaps in half, water goes gushing everywhere. Luckily, it was only about a quarter full. It was actually empty when I got to the gym. I'd already finished it for the day, but I filled it up a little bit more because I wanted just a little bit of water. And this is where things could have went really bad. All the cords for about 3 stair mills were plugged in, right around where the water bottle landed. So things could have went south really fucking quick. And yeah, it was a little bit sketchy, I gotta say. I kind of rushed right over to the paper towels, just grabbed paper towels by the handful and just tried to sop it up, move the cords out of the way. Didn't have any issues. Ended up cleaning it up okay. I ran downstairs, grabbed a couple towels, and yeah, overall everything turned out all right, but that could have been a very expensive mistake. So now because of that, I only ended up doing 28 minutes, so I'd say the extra 6 to 10 minutes of adrenaline racing through my heart as these cords are partway underwater for these like $16,000 or $8,000, I don't know however much they are, but they're at least about $8,000. For 2 or 3 of these $8,000 machines are like halfway submerged underwater. So yeah, I'll just say I hit 30 minutes. But that really sucks because I really freaking like that water bottle. So afterwards, on my way back from the gym, just stopped by the store and picked up 2-gallon jugs. Yeah, I'll just make do for now. I can get a replacement lid for my gallon, for my jug, but it's about $20. The jug itself costs about, or I paid about 50 bucks for it, so almost half the price of the damn thing itself to replace just the lid. Freaking outrageous, but yeah. Eventually, one day I will probably replace it. Not today, not anytime soon. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'll just keep carrying around gallon jugs for a little while. It is what it is. So yeah, that's kind of my tale for the evening. And right now I'm going to be making up a smoothie. So I'm making up my pineapple mango smoothie. If you guys haven't tried this yet, I could not recommend it more. It's one of my favorite things to do. I swear, what I like to do is I've actually not been adding any liquids. I've not been adding any liquids at all. And I just throw it straight into the blender. Frozen fruit, yogurt, a little bit of honey. And it literally turns into like ice cream. I mean, I'll show you guys after I finish blending it and everything. The consistency is basically friggin' ice cream. Like straight up ice cream. So this has become one of my favorite meals. If you guys are wondering what the actual macro breakdown or calorie breakdown on it is. All right, so the smoothie consists of 15 grams of honey. We've got 227 grams or 1 cup of 0% non-fat Greek yogurt, 100 grams of frozen mango, and 200 grams of frozen pineapple. All that comes to 24.9, so 25 grams of protein and 58 grams of carbs. Now, all the protein is going to be coming from the yogurt, which is a very good source of casein protein, which means that it's going to break down really slowly and digest really slowly. So it's a great meal to have if you're going to be gone for a long period of time, or say before bed, which is when I tend to have it, is right now kind of 9, 10 o'clock at night, just before I'm getting ready to head to bed, so that I can feed my body as I'm sleeping. So that way I don't get super starving overnight or try and wake up with the munchies or anything. But anyway, I'm gonna finish making this guy up and I'll show you guys just what I'm talking about for the consistency. So check this out, guys. You can literally eat it with a spoon. I mean, it's not a smoothie, it's friggin' ice cream. Look at that. So half the time I take this and I just pour it straight into a bowl instead of a cup, and I just eat it with a spoon. But that's pretty much, yeah, and that's good. That's pretty much where I'm going to call the video for today. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. As always, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Definitely helps out. Helps the channel keep growing. Subscribe. Share the video with your friends. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, yeah. For the record.